Appalachian Folklore in the southern western North Carolina mountains explained. So, I've had a lot of comments and questions. I wanted to give a little more detail. So, in my specific area in western North Carolina, I'm from Old Fort Black Mountain. It's very rural, and before immigrants from Europe started coming over, 16,000 years ago, Native Americans settled in my area and lived in the Appalachian Mountains all over, a ton in my area. And there were different tribes, but it was mainly in my area, Cherokee Native Americans. And many remained in the area even when, unfortunately, their land was taken away or they were put onto the Trail of Tears. However, a lot of the folklore in the area was actually taught to immigrants by Native Americans, and specifically the Cherokee Native Americans. Some of that folklore was passed down from generation to generation. I learned it from my mama and papa, born in 1912, 1924, and I and many others have had tons of weird experiences. So some of the things are like haints, which are like spirits that are in the mountains and are usually like not nice. We would hear of notadeer, which I made a video about that. We learned about not whistling back if you heard something or someone whistling at you in the mountains. If you hear someone call your name, you don't answer back because it's like acknowledging that they're there. They know that you know they're there, and it's like inviting them in. People would draw their curtains shut to keep out spirits and haints. They would hang newspapers on the wall because it would cause the haint, if it got in your house, to stop and have to read it, or put a broomstick on the porch or a bowl of rice because they would have to stop and count this stuff. So it's not necessarily that all of that stuff is exactly true, but there is really weird stuff that goes on in the area. Tons of people all over the area have experienced this stuff, Appalachian Mountains in general, but I guess a lot of them haven't, which I'm still trying to figure out exactly why. But I think a lot of it is specific to my area and what we were taught by the Native Americans who lived there. They also talked about skinwalkers and witches and things of that nature. So if you have any experiences, let me know. We're not scared to be out in the woods. We're just respectful and do what we're supposed to do. But it's a great place to visit and to live, and the people are awesome.